So I remember Andrew posted a tweet about cockroaches. He used the phone. I didn't use the phone, and someone put a tweet out about the cockroaches. And the one of the directors of the jail, a guy who I don't particularly like, it wasn't the real person in charge, it was the person running the shift, came in at night and said, "Hey, you're posting about the cockroaches. It's bad for us." This was at the time when I was eventually put in a cell with Andrew. And I was like, "Okay, well, there are cockroaches here." And he's like, "Oh, well, I don't know. I don't think there are." So he left. So I stayed up all night killing roaches. So I stayed up all night, and they're hard to catch, but I got 9 or 10 big roaches. So I was killing them with a slipper and then putting a toothpick in them, because I had some toothpicks, and putting them on this paper plate. So because I knew at 6:30 the same guy would come in for inspection. So 6:30 in the morning comes in. This guy walks in for inspection. Everyone walks in the cell, and sometimes they search the room, but they knew me and Andrew weren't troublemakers. But so we get up at 6:30, and they kind of walk to the table and they stumble back. They go, "What's this?" I said, "Oh, bro, you said there were no roaches, so I'm just trying to clean up the problem. I'm trying to make it a reality, because there's a few in my room. I don't know about the rest of the jail." And the guy seemed pretty upset. But yeah, there are a lot of roaches, and I was there in the winter. I don't know what it's like in the summer, but I imagine, and I've heard in the winter it's worse because they all want to be inside. So
I was on the bottom bunk, Sally was on the top, and there was like brackets where the bunk was attached to the wall, but there was like gaps next to the brackets.
Same story.
He was on the top bunk because they were pouring out of those gaps onto my bunk.
Yeah.
So I had to wrap a sheet around me like the mummy, leave a breathing hole.
Yeah.
But they're like just inches away from my face, fucking the rustling noise and the...
That's the thing, the noise that gets you. You turn off the lights and you hear them, and you know they're a foot from you, a meter from you. And when it's lights out, they control the lights in the jail. So to get the lights on, when you flick the light switch, it doesn't do anything. It puts a light bulb on outside the top of your door, and the guard comes and asks. You can't tell them to turn the light on every time. So when I was killing roaches, I was killing them in the dark. It's the noise that gets you.